Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Please don't forget to do the Lord's work. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will help this channel to actually grow. So today I'm just gonna talk about how I got scammed, how my phone got scammed in South Africa. It's quite a lengthy story, but I'm gonna try to cut it short. And it was actually my first time being scammed. Like, I couldn't believe I just got scammed. Like, yeah, you start realizing, like, damn, why didn't I see this coming, right? But at that moment, I don't know what happens to your mind. You become a little bit blank, if I may put it that way. So I remember I just came back from China and I was home, and it was during coronavirus time. I normally come home during the Chinese New Year, the Lunar New Year. That happens towards the end of January and the beginning of February. So I went home like I would normally do. So when I got home at the time, I just like bought a property and I was so excited. Me and my sister went to celebrate after signing those papers from the lawyers. So she was like, let's go and celebrate because the process was a bit challenging. So yeah, we went to this place in Midrand. It's called Friday. It's a very nice restaurant, and we had a very good meal there. It was so nice, and I took some pictures with my phone. I didn't know that was the last time I'm going to see my phone. So actually, before going to my sister's place, me and my friends decided to go to Cape Town. So we moved from directly from China, and we landed in Cape Town. We had our 7 day holiday there, and it was so fun. And yeah, after I signed those papers, me and my sister went to have some lunch together because she had to go to work. And I was like, I want to go to Boulders Mall. I want to buy like some few cosmetics before I go back to Centurion. She actually lives in Centurion. So she was like, okay, cool. I'm going to drop you off there when I go back to my workplace. And of course, she dropped me there. I was excited and I went to Clicks. I got to Clicks and I was busy minding my own business. I knew what I wanted. I just wanted two things, I think. And then this gentleman, this scammer, he comes to me while I'm busy on the shelves. So I was busy looking at the stuff that I want, comparing the prices, and he was like, you know what do you want? I can give you this for this much. The red flag number one that I ignored, the guy was not wearing a uniform. So he claimed that he works at Clicks at the receiving department. Yeah, I must say those guys are very strategic and they know what they are doing. So yeah, he looks so convinced. He's like, yeah, my boss is not here, so you know what, I just want to give you stuff. I work at receiving. Whatever you want, I can give you this for this much, and blah 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 blah. Like, I was just like, what's going on? Like, yeah, I was in that moment like, what just happened, right? And then he was like, yeah, let's get out of here. I'm tired of them. They're not paying us a lot of money. They're exploiting us. Like, the guy can act. He's a very serious actor. And then as I'm busy talking to him and then trying to understand what he's saying, that's another mistake that I made. I should not even have listened to that guy. Because, like, I'm from China, I don't know what is happening in South Africa. we don't really get scammed like that in China. So yeah, he called me aside and we just went outside of Clicks. This man comes. This is like a father. Like, he could be my father. He's old enough to be my father. He's like, oh man, really? Okay, yeah, I've heard about you guys. You guys are so cool. My friend from Vereeniging got a fridge, blah 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 blah. From Game. They're very convincing. And then we walked from Clicks because of this deal, like we don't want them to see us, we don't want them to see that we are making this deal. They are looking at us actually, so it's better to go on the side. So we went to Debonairs Pizza. We sat there for quite some time, and they were trying to convince me, and that man was like, yeah, I know you guys, I want to do it. Like he's an old man, and he like he's someone that you respect. He's a like you he's like, okay, so I'm going to let you do this for me, you can test with me. So he kept on telling me, don't worry my child, skawara ngwanaka, like that's what he kept on saying. And then the guy was like, okay, I'm gonna do it, and give me your pin, give me your card. I'm gonna go to the ATM and get this money for you, I'm gonna get this stuff for you. And I didn't pay attention, like also like I was not very attentive, I must say. And then he went to bring some stuff. They were not even from Clicks. I should have paid attention to that, but I didn't. They were from Street Shit. So like, yeah, I got you this stuff. You see how easy it is. So I was so convinced, like, okay, this is legit. And then he was like, what do you have? I'm like, oh, I have an iPad, I've got my phone. It's like, I can get you a new SIM with unlimited data on your phone, and also on your, I'm gonna load airtime for you. I'm gonna get you an AfriSIM, it's called that SIM for the for the iPad. And I was like, wow, this sounds like a good deal. I mean, who doesn't want free things? But I knew deep inside this is wrong as a Christian girl. But yeah, but I was like, okay. And luckily on that day, like, I don't know, I think I was lucky, they didn't get a lot from me. I think these people, they look at what you are wearing before they come for you. They don't just try to come for anyone. So then he was like, yeah, give me your bank card, I'm gonna, and your pin, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did for this guy. He wanted this much, I brought this money. And in the middle of that, I'm like, I don't believe you guys, blah 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 blah. There's a lady who works at Clicks, like, oh, there's a lady that works at Clicks, and she's gonna call you. And they are all working together. There was not even she was not even working at Clicks. I don't know where she was, but she was like, hi, I'm at Clicks, trying to convince me, and she sounds so legit. I was like, okay. And there was a point where I was like, I don't want to do this. I want to go. I want to go home. I don't want to be part of this. And then the guy got so angry. I think that made me so scared, because he just changed. And I got really scared. And now he wanted to take my phone to go and load that airtime. Like, no, you wasted my time. Now you say you want to go home. You can't do that to me. So I was really scared. And at that time, that the old man, he was busy saying, it's okay. I know these people. My friend got a fridge and a TV from them. So at that time, I'm conflicted. I don't know what to believe. And my mind is telling me, like, you need to leave. You need to leave. I wanted to leave because I felt like I don't want to be part of this. Not that I didn't trust them. I actually trusted them. But I felt like this is not what I want to do. And then, so yeah. They said, oh, so how much are these things? I was like, I didn't even buy those things at that time. I was like, oh, they are 200 and something. They said, no, we can get them for you for 120. So the guy already had my 120. And on that day, I didn't have my bank card, thank God. Then I was like, no, I don't have my bank card, and my iPad doesn't need a SIM. So on that day, I could have lost my money from my bank account. I could have lost my iPad. Yeah, they were just there for me. Like, they were just there to get whatever that they can get from me. So fine. So he took the phone. He's like, okay, you follow me. You follow me with this man to Clicks, and then I'll give you the phone there. So, but when I gave my phone, I was doubting. But the old man, I think what convinced me the most was the old man, because I can already see like the other guy is a bit aggressive and stuff like that, but the old man made sure that I am calm in that situation. So me and the old man were like, okay, they gave me the phone, the old man's phone. That was like a very old phone. Like, okay, this lady is gonna call you to come and get your phone at Clicks, right? So that was the deal. Me and the old man, we walked towards Clicks, and then the lady called and I answered, and then she was like, okay, so you have to come inside the store, but you have to give that old man your phone so they don't see him. So, right? So you have to come to the store, your phone is here and your airtime is ready, just come to the counter. Okay, so I gave the old man my phone. When I gave that old man my phone, I'm like, oh, okay, she says I must now rush and go. And I didn't even need airtime. Like, these are the things that I didn't need at that time. It was out of a lot of confusion and like, what is going on? So when I gave the old man the phone, I don't know where he disappeared to. His phone, his very cheap phone, I don't know where he disappeared to. My phone was gone. My 120 was gone. I still had my iPad with, and thank God I didn't have a bank card on that day. And the cash and the little cash that I had at that time to buy the stuff that I wanted to buy, but my 120 rands was also gone. So I lost my phone. And mind you, I just came from Cape Town. I took a lot of beautiful pictures. It was that time everyone wanted to have a Huawei, right? A Chinese phone, a Chinese brand, Huawei. So yeah, so it was a Huawei, and it was taking good pictures. I took very nice pictures with that phone. So I didn't even have a backup, and it was fairly new. It was not that old. I think maybe 3 months. So I lost all my contacts. I lost all my pictures. I lost all the videos that I took from Cape Town, but thank God, like, I posted some on Instagram and on Facebook. But the videos, and we even went to Ethiopia when we were coming from China to South Africa. We had a long layover in Ethiopia, so I took some nice videos because there was some like cultural performances there, and I lost all of that. Like, and when that man disappeared and I went to the store, I'm like, I'm looking for this lady, and the lady has a name, right? I forgot the name. So all these ladies, they were like, we don't have such person in this store. I'm like, no, there's such person who has my phone and my airtime and blah blah blah. They said, no, we don't have such person in this store. And then I started telling them the story. They say, were they wearing Clicks uniform? I'm like, no, they were not. So they were like, if they were not wearing Clicks uniform, everyone that works for Clicks wears Clicks uniform. So they were not wearing Clicks uniform. It means we don't know them. We don't know what happened to you. We don't know what is happening. So it's none of our business. I felt so miserable. I felt so miserable. I think most of all, I was crying for my phone because I had WeChat, and WeChat had some money in there, and I couldn't get back my WeChat. So it means even the money in that WeChat, it was not a lot, but it's money that I needed. Maybe 2,000 rands. So I lost all of that. And yeah, I think my money is still there in my WeChat, but I cannot open it. I need to be in China in order for me to open it. So yeah, that's what basically happened. I became so miserable. I went to the camera guys. I spoke to the guys from Pizza Hut. Not Pizza Hut, Debonair's Pizza is actually close to Steers. If you've been to Boulders Mall, you'd know that. And yeah, those people were like, yeah, we saw you talk to these guys, we thought you know them and stuff like that. I was like, no, this is what this is what was happening. And they started telling me stories like, hey, this happened to my friend in this city. Yeah, these people are there, you just need to be careful, and you're not gonna get your phone back. I tried to call my phone, it was on voicemail. Then I knew. Then I tried to get like camera, just for them to be for them to be found, for them to be found, and for police to look for them. And they were like, our boss is not here, and we are not allowed to open any cameras if the boss is not around, he traveled. And I went to the Boulder Mall whatever office, and they couldn't help me as well. They told me I should go to the police to get a statement before I could do that. At that time, I just wanted my phone. I didn't want to go through all this procedure, and I was very frustrated. I think I got sick for the whole week, and now I had to take a taxi with no phone. Yeah, I took a taxi. I went to Centurion. I knew the address, thank God, because I just came from China. You can imagine, there is a possibility that I wouldn't know the address, but I knew the address, and they dropped me home. And yeah, when my sister came back from work, she just found me lying there, and I was so depressed. And she was like, what is going on? I started telling her. She's like, I know you are so stubborn. How did you how did you let this one happen? Like, I don't get it. Such a stubborn person. How did you let this one happen? Did they trick you? In fact, they didn't trick me. They didn't touch me with anything, because some people get tricked, right? They actually just planned the whole thing, and I fell for it. So yeah, now that I'm going back to South Africa, I think I'm gonna be more vigilant of such people. And yeah, that was the story. But what I'm saying is, I could have lost a lot, because in my bank account I had a couple of thousands. That was a lot of money. So I could have lost it if I had my bank card. And also, if my iPad needed a SIM, or the SIM was working. The SIM was actually not working, because I haven't used it in a long time. It has expired, and I never renewed it. I just used my Wi-Fi for everything. So I could have lost my iPad. I could have lost all that money that I had, and my phone, and the 120. So for nothing. So I didn't even buy those things. Like, I just became so numb. So it was not a nice feeling. So people should watch out for people in the malls, especially if you don't live in South Africa anymore and you go to South Africa. Don't fall for any tricks, like, especially people that just come out of nowhere. I know this, but I don't know what happened to me on that day. So everything started. I'm like, oh, this man, they knew each other. They are working together. This lady does not even exist. She's not even in that store. So for me, I felt so bad. I felt really, really bad. I felt so, so bad. And nobody was able to help me. Even the mall couldn't help me. They couldn't let me watch the CCTV. Even Steers, they do have cameras. Even Devoness, they have cameras, but they couldn't show me those cameras. They couldn't do anything. So I just lost my phone like that. And I remember another day I was in Pretoria, and when I was in Pretoria, I went to Mr. Price, Pretoria, the square, right? Pretoria Square. I went to Mr. Price, and I just heard this lady saying the same thing. Like, there were people in this Mr. Price. They told me this and that. Now my money is gone. I think she lost a lot, and she was an elderly woman. I'm like, these people are everywhere. They are moving from one city to another. Their job is just to scam people who are not careful. So don't, like, I would say people shouldn't really entertain people in the malls, especially if you don't know them. Like, even whatever trick they can come with, it any type of trick. But for me, it was a learning curve. But yeah, it was a lesson for me. Like, I've learned, I know better. And yeah, that's basically that. So yeah, I'm going back to South Africa. I'm excited. But yeah, this just hit me, and I remember how I lost my very beautiful, like, I didn't even care about the phone at that time. I was thinking about my memories. Like, why didn't I even have a backup for these things? Because I didn't think I'll lose my phone like that. For me, I thought someone would just come and snatch my phone, or come and rob me. But we were actually sitting down and talking. So I think those guys were actually disappointed that they didn't get as much from me, even though they got the phone. whatever, and they didn't get a lot of money from me. It's just 120. Yeah, but it is a lot of money for some people. You can do a lot, quite a lot with 120. So yeah, that's how I got scammed for the first time in South Africa. And I was visiting. I was so embarrassed to even share this story, but now I'm like, I'm okay, let me share. This can help one or two people. So yeah, South Africa is full of scammers. People just need to be careful and vigilant all the time. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.